How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall, and today's video, I'm going to bring you guys an update video. Video I haven't done in a while. You know, a lot of the videos you guys see are all about the basketball team this past season, game updates, game analysis, season analysis. The awards video I made, which did pretty well, so please keep supporting that. Please keep, viewing the content if you like it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because we're about 8 subscribers from 800. We've been super close for a couple weeks, but just haven't hit that just yet. I'll be also gonna hit 1,000 by the time I graduate in about a year from now. In May 2026. So please help me reach that goal by hitting the subscribe button. But today we're going to be talking about a new basketball player for the Aggies, a player I've actually mentioned on the channel before. If you guys go to the Aggie games or watch the games on TV, I'm sure you noticed a new guy on the sideline in the street clothes. Sometimes he's wearing, a lot of times he's wearing Aggie gear. His name is Anthony, and apparently his last name, the way you pronounce it, is like Wrzeszcz or something like that. Shout out to James Baca for, letting us in on that. I'm pretty sure that's what he was letting us in on, because he was doing a post about him and said, by the way, and in parentheses or in quotations, how to say the last name. So I'm pretty sure it's like, that's how you say it, but it's weird because it starts with a W and it's like a ver, so I don't know. So pretty crazy name. He's from overseas. Played basketball for Coach Hooten at Sam Houston State. He played there 2022-23 season, my freshman year. And then he played it the following year after Coach Hooten left, his first year here last year. And then this past season, he didn't play at any college, but he did play overseas. So we're going to get all that and just dive deep into him and how much he can help the program out. So I'm just going to refer to him as Anthony in this video, because I don't want to be trying to say his last name and mess it up a lot, and it's just going to be hard to keep it up. But I'm sure, when he's announced the games next year, that the announcer will be able to announce it a lot better than I can. Again, there's a lot of guys we always have a hard time pronouncing their names, like Edward Namiko, or even the Shimanga brothers didn't know how to say their name for the longest time, or even we had Casey Aggie, I didn't know how to say that until, the announcers pronounced it. And it's funny, because once you learn it, it's actually not too bad. Like I said, Wrzeszcz or whatever the heck it is, probably not too hard to, get familiar with, but just for right now, better be safe than sorry. He's from Poland. Like I said, he's from out of the country, and I believe he actually played in Poland for a little bit. He led his nation, the U20, was it this past season or pretty recent, where he averaged 12.4 points per game. So really good for him. Has some really good international experience that he can bring to the table. When he was at Sam Houston State, he only started one game in the 2 years he was there. His first year with Sam Houston, he averaged just under 3 a game. Second year, averaged just over 3 a game. Only played about 10 to 15 minutes a game. Wasn't a big time player, but he was a decently solid role player. And he's a guy that can bring a lot of experience. He's a guy that's played with Coach Hooten before, kind of like we had Casey, who'd played with him before. And he stepped up his play with the Aggies because he was the only guy on the team that was a part of Coach Hooten's system. Obviously, we had Keelan, who was committed to Sam Houston, but had never played for him previously. So I think that overall is just going to be a great help for the Aggies. He's a 6'4" guard. Point guard is what, he has in his bio on Twitter. But I'm sure you can play the 2 as well. Looks like he can shoot the ball pretty well. Watch some film on him, watch some highlights. Super athletic. If you look at his Instagram, that dude is athletic. He can get up, he can dunk. Gonna be a high energy, high motor guy. Could be kind of like an athletic guy, kind of like Carl in a way, and I'm hoping Carl stays. And it sucks that, we lost Zadi recently. But I know Peter played a year of junior college basketball before he went to Maine, so there's a chance we could have him back possibly. The whole Pavia rule is really confusing. And with Anthony, for example, all I know is that he played the 2 years at Sam Houston, his first 2 years, and then he didn't play this past season. So, he didn't play, so he's gonna have 2 more years of eligibility. And then who knows, again, with college basketball nowadays, we don't even know. March Madness is going on right now. I remember last year March Madness was a dude who was 26 playing against like 18-year-olds. So we don't know how many years this guy's gonna have, but again, the fact that he knows Coach Hooten, he's played with him at Sam Houston, has those connections, I would assume he would stay for at least the 2 years that he has left, and if he has any more years left, assuming he would stay as well. Another guy that could possibly stay is Jaden Harris, because he's a guy that stayed after last year. He was one of the 4 returners. He came back, so I feel like if he has more an opportunity to come back, I feel like he would, because I feel like, if he didn't want to be a part of the program, he would have left last year like everyone else did. And then Robert Carpenter, again, he's a guy that's played college basketball for a long time. Doubt he has any years of eligibility left, but if he does, I would not mind. And I'm sorry if I get anything wrong. I'm barely learning about the guy. Again, I know he's been on the sideline with Coach, but I haven't looked into him a whole lot until now. But apparently he was born on May 18th, 04, so he's only a couple months older than I am, which makes sense that his first year would have been the 2022-23 year, because that was my first year in college. So yeah, that just makes sense. When I was looking at more information, apparently he played at like McMaster University, which is some basketball club in Canada. All right, it was in Hamilton, Canada, something like that. I'm not too sure how that all works overseas, but he played for them, and it looks like he played well. It was like the U Sports, and I remember he averaged 12.5 points a game, which is pretty good if you're playing international basketball and doing stuff at that high caliber level. I'm not sure, again, there's a lot of professional leagues, some that are better than D1, some that aren't. So, anywhere you're playing though, if he's putting up those numbers, not too bad at all. And who knows, he didn't play college basketball this past year in the States at least. So he has a lot of time to improve, and He's got a full off season. He's already here. I saw a post on his Instagram story that he was already at the gym working. So that's great to have. And if he has a hard working off season, he can have a big year next year for sure. So when I was on Twitter, he said he averaged 12.4. I was looking at some other stats. He said he averaged 9.5. So I'm not sure what he averaged, but he was a pretty decent scorer, right around double digits a game. It kind of reminds me when I look at like, some G League stats, like saying, well, for like Bronny James or Serge Rice, Juwan Gordon, former Aggies. They'll have like some stats that are just, have their one stats and the other stats are different. So it's really confusing, but just know that he was a high volume scorer, not at Sam Houston, but, overseas, and hopefully he can bring that here at NMSU. I found out that he played from October to January, played in about 14 games. I think in January is whenever he joined the team, was on the sidelines with Coach Hooten. So that makes sense that he would, play there, then try to come here. And then I just know he probably wasn't able to play midway through the year. I know last year we signed guys like Tanaj Petway and Christopher Bayoukou midway through the season. And, they were able to play, but I'm not sure how the rules work. Maybe he had to get a waiver. I'm not too sure. All I know is that he'll have 2 more years at least, and hopefully he can make the best out of them. He played at Wasatch Academy in high school, which is actually where we're getting some guys for next year. So that's pretty cool to note. So we'll have some familiarity there. Not sure if they all played together, but they'll be somewhat familiar with each other, I'm sure, or with the program that they played in and the program they play now. So a lot of connections building up. I think that's great. Kind of like the Chimanga brothers starting together. You have that connection, you can win a lot of basketball games. And again, the fact that you're Coach Hooten in his system in a way, that's going to help out big time. I cannot wait just to see who else Coach Hooten signs, and obviously keep you guys more updated with them all. For those that don't know, like academy schools like that, or Wasatch Academy, for example, they play against like really top high prep high schools, really good program. So he's a really great player. So like I said, he's from Poland. He played for the Polish like international team, something like that. I don't know if I mentioned that already, but again, trying to find more information on that. It's kind of hard to find a whole lot, but that's what I found out. And again, played in Canada. So my family live in Washington, so they're kind of close to Canada. So that's pretty cool. He's done a lot of great things. And another thing with Canada, obviously Teddy Allen played there for a little bit. We played overseas in the Canadian Elite Basketball League. Anthony was playing in some like AAU leagues or something. So he's got a lot of great experience. And the guy that I feel like can just fit the team really well. Like I said multiple times, obviously, with Coach Hooten already being familiar with him, and he's already been with the program for a couple months, so I'm sure he's been learning the plays. I'm sure he's been practicing with them, and so a lot of the new guys that are coming in, he's already going to have the upper hand on them, and he's just in a really good position, and I'm really high on him. Really confident that he'll be a really great player for us. I'm not saying he's going to be like our best player or anything, but I think he can just be a really solid fit for us without a doubt. Yeah, just really excited to see what he brings to the table. If I find out any more information about him, I'll either make an update video on it, or I'll just post about it on my social medias or on here. Again, if you haven't followed my social media accounts for the basketball team, please go follow it at NM State MBB News. I'm going to put it on the screen right here as well. I haven't done that in a while. I used to do that all the time. I used to have it at the bottom of the videos, but I just kind of didn't want it anymore. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm probably going to make some more videos throughout the week. I want to talk about some former Aggies. I'll probably do a cool video just dedicated to former Aggies. I haven't done that in a while. Who am I going to talk about? More than likely talk about what Teddy Allen's doing. He's playing pretty well in the G League, averaging about 12 points a game. Serge Rice and Juwan Gordon are both playing for the South Bay Lakers. Last time I checked, they're doing pretty well. It's been a while, and I'm sure it's been a while for you guys too. So you guys updates on that. Pascal Siakam, Trevin Queen started off the year pretty strong. Hasn't been playing as great recently. Hasn't been getting as much minutes recently. I think he should, because the Magic are kind of struggling. My Blazers have been won four in a row, trying to fight for a playing spot. So let's see if they can get that. I know as a side note, but I just want to add that in there. Obviously, Pascal is doing great things. We know how great of a player he is. He's averaged he's already scored 11,000 points or over that. Fun fact, I don't know if I mentioned this actually, but I was talking to my friend's dad, and he was telling me that he found out some information that Damian Lillard could have possibly been an Aggie, but then he went to Weber State. I don't know the whole details on that, and then don't quote me on everything, because that's just what I heard. But I thought that was really interesting, because that's obviously my favorite player. So if he would have went to school here, it made me come to school here way more easier, and I would have already been for sure, oh, that'd be awesome, go to the same school as my favorite player. But it didn't happen, sadly. But he did great things at Weber State. Weber State legend, the best player in that school ever. Same with CJ McCollum at Lehigh, and then obviously Dame with the Blazers, best Blazer of all time. I know I'm getting sidetracked, but just wanted to mention that. I also give updates about guys who played for us recently, who are doing great things in other colleges. Tanaj Petway, Femi Udikali. Who else? I'm trying to think from last year. I know there's a team against Jalen Jackson Posey. Played at Texas Southern. Femi was at Minnesota. Both Femi and Jalen got to slow starts in the year, but started playing a lot better to end the year off. Tanaj played great overall, and he's got a lot of offers from a lot of big schools like Washington State, LSU. There's a bunch more. I can't remember what else. I want to say Vanderbilt might have been one of them, which is the Vanderbilt Aggies, right, for all sports, I guess. It might have not been. It probably wasn't. I'm probably just overthinking it because all our football team went there. I'm crazy. Overall, I think it's going to close out for the video today. A lot shorter than the one yesterday. Another one was about 30 minutes. But I just really want to give you guys an in-depth analysis of the season. Really glad I did that. And like I said, be expecting videos soon, just kind of like last offseason where I was giving you guys updates about how the team's going to be building and how it's going to look for next year. I'm just really excited for the future of this team and the future of this program. I think we're in good hands with Coach Hooten. Some people are doubting him, but a lot of people are supporting him, including myself. Again, having a winning season after just your second year rebuild, not bad at all. And I think you got to remember too that Conference USA is a way tougher conference than the WAC. I was talking to some people about that. So really excited to see for the future of this team, and I'm sure you guys are. And that's going to close the video. I'm out.